Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear, Chuck?
Yes.
Yes, and thank you so much for coming to our presentation today. We are group number 9, and our topic is about teaching pronunciation. Yes, and we have our team member. We have 5 members. The first one is Mr. Sopun Lee, Mr. Song Chandida, Mr. Song Sarun, Mr. Sun Soria, and me, Sawut Suntari. Yes. But today we have only 2 members can present. Yes. So we move to our content for our group topic. We have five. Oh no, we have six. Yes, we have 6 points. The first one is what is good pronunciation. Second, pronunciation problem. Third, phonemic symbol to use or not to use. Four, when to take pronunciation. Five, pronunciation and the individual student. And the last one, six, is about pronunciation sequence. Yes. And we have 5 small points in the pronunciation sequence that we will present. So let's start with the teacher. Can you move to the next slide? Yes, about the learning objective. So by the end of this unit, you will be able to understand what good pronunciation is, identify the pronunciation problem, understand the role of phonemic, and choose an appropriate time and technique to teach pronunciation, and understand the pronunciation sequence. So the first one is about what is good pronunciation. So teacher, can you move to next slide, please? Good. What is good pronunciation? Yes. If you look at most English classroom, teachers spend a lot of time teaching grammar rules, vocabulary, reading text, and listening track. But when it comes to pronunciation, many teachers are reluctant to teach it. So why? Because they feel anxious and they think that it's complicated. Chat or speak sound and sing it is difficult. And some teacher even believe that they think that students just listen to enough English, they will naturally be good at it without more instruction. Yes, but today we want to tell you that good pronunciation does not mean speaking like a native British or American. It does not mean speaking like a native speaker. You do not need a perfect accent from London or New York to speak good English. The real goal is just intelligibility. Yes. Teacher, can you move, please?
Okay, so
Yes.
if you want to move your slide, please let me know.
For intelligibility is mean. Can you move to the next slide, please? Yes. Intelligibility It simply means speaking with a clear sound so that the listener can easily to understand what you are talking about. For example, the student want to say, I want to buy a ship. But in the sentence, ship, it means a large boat. But instead of a short sound, they make a very long sound and say, I want to buy a ship. Suddenly, the listener may think about may not thinking about the boat, but they are thinking about the animal. Yes. So a small mistake in how long you hold a sound can completely change the meaning of the word. That that's why we must teach our students how to focus on three things. First is making key sound correctly, using proper words and sentence stress, and practicing connected speak. Yes. So and about the common two yes pronunciation problem. Now let's look at why pronunciation is so difficult for our language learners. What are the main problems? The first one, sound that not exist in the mother tongue. Many students cannot easily hear certain English sound because the sound do not exist in their first language. If a sound does not exist in their mother tongue, their brain treats it like noise or replace it with a familiar sound. For example, think of the word thing or this. In many languages, the the sound the sound in thing does not exist. So students replace it with a sound they do know like t or th. They end up saying thing or thing. So as a teacher, we cannot just repeat the word over and over. If they can't hear it, repeating won't fix it. We must show them how the sound is made using physical demonstration and simple diagram. And you can tell your student look at in the classroom activity, teacher can tell their student to look at their mouth. Yes, like we show the real the real words. Yes, by ask them to look at the teacher mouth. Put the tip of your tongue between your front teeth, for example. Yes, and the problem two is about intonation mistake. Intonation The second intonation is the way your voice goes up and down when you speak. It is the melody of speech. If a student use incorrect intonation, it can cause just misunderstanding. It can make them sound rude, bored, unsure, or completely uninterested, even if they are using polite words. For example, let's take the phrase thank you. If your voice goes up and down happily, yes, it mean a different. It sounds like a different meaning. Thank you, or you sound grateful. But if your voice stay completely flat and low, thank you, you sound like you are angry or sarcastic. We must teach students that how we say a sentence matters just as much as the word we choose. Yes. So I think that's all for my point. Let's move to the next point, phonemic symbol that we present by Mr. Chun Lee teacher.
Hello, hello.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Everyone, do you hear me well?
Yes, yes, of
Hello.
course, please.
Okay. First of all, I would like to pay respect to one all vulnerable. Good afternoon, lecturer, and good afternoon, all teacher here. And our group represents about pronunciations. As we know that pronunciation is very important to all to study language or all as we are study English. So why it is very important to us? Because if we miss pronunciations, it might be our listener they don't understand what we try to say. That's why uh, the good sound of pronunciation is very very crucial. So, as my teammate said, mentions that is good pronunciation is can help us a lot. So now my point talk about phonemic symbol. So as we study previous lesson with one of our foreigners, she taught us about the phonics, about how sound we produce. So at that time, I'm skipped many class because I was busy. But anyway, somehow I can study, understand from her much. But now go to my point, phonemic symbol. As we know that in English we have practiced an American accent. So I don't know all of you that you like more likely to use practice accent or American accent, but for me, my personal, I like to use both. Sometimes I pronounce like water. Sometimes I like to pronounce water, computer, or computer. It's based on situations and and phonemic symbol as a special symbol from international phonetics uh, alphabet, or we can say it short IPA, and those created because some letter is hard to sound, and as we know that the sound, most sound could come from esophagus. I mean, if come from our throat and push the air out from our mouth and create a sound or create a words. And as we see that in these pictures, we see British English and American English is slightly different a little bit. For example, practice English, I here we have two dot sound E, and American here I there is no dot. That is slightly different one. And next slide. And same things, phonothongs and deep songs. As we know that phonosongs is I can see that is one letter, and deep songs it's kind of two letters that they combine and create the other sound. For example, here sheep, right? And I here say e, sheep, example like that. And consonant like p, sun, p, b, t, d, ch, etc. And move to the other slide, please. And phonemics, there are 44 phonemics in the chartboard. And phonemics, there is the pair, I mean the pair of phonetic that is quite different a little bit, but those create make it sound. For example, park, right? Here phonemics it p, a, k, p, a, k, like little, preach, per, ch, something is like that one. But phonetic is that one is very deeper than phonemics. For the learner, for young learner and adult, they are easy to study about phonetic more than phonetic, because phonetic is really hard for them. And move to the other slide, please. And here I want to compare about IPA and phonics. What are different things about IPA and phonics? IPA, they mostly use the symbols, use small symbols, and phonics, they use a letter to make it sound. For example, B, B, C, K. And IPA, especially the word that's hard, and then they create the own unique sound. For example, C, C, H, right? C, H sound ch. If we study phonics, we see C sound k, H sound h. So k, h, we cannot sound it. That's one. So that's why we need IPA to help. CH sound ch. And IPA, it shows the exact pronunciation of the word. Yeah, and especially in the dictionary. And for the phonics, teacher teaches how letter usually make a sound, used mainly to teach beginner or reader. For example, it means here phonics, we also use likely to use for kids. For example, in the kindergarten and primary. Yep. But IPA, mostly we teach the older people. I mean, the older student. Yeah. Next slide, please. And here, for example, here, spelling CAT, cat, right? Cat. So look at the phonemic and symbol of IPA. It sounds air, t, k, air, t, cat, right? Here the other sheep, right? The word sheep, not sheep, it's sheep, sheep. ISH sounds sh, sounds sh. That's why it's sheep. Think, right? Think. Here TH, they create own sound. So most students they sound think, not think. They sound like think or thought. They thought. They think they sound like think and thought. That one is not really correct, right? So we have to use IQA to make the sound same sound the correct the sound correctly, I think. For young learners, for kid learners, I use phonics because it is easier to help children learn to read. Yeah, of course, because every letter become a sound, and we use phonics to teach them one by one and pronounce the word at the same time. I would use IPA for who? For the adult, the older learners, older students. They use then they can use a dictionary to check it, and kids they cannot use dictionary to check it. And therefore phonics a primary approach, while IPA is a supporting tool. Yep. Next slide, teacher, please. And this one, teachers do not need to teach the entire IPA chart to beginners. Yep, we can teach them some, right? And for example, like CH, SH, TH, yeah, a little bit when it's come for their lessons. Teachers only sound students often confused. Yeah, of course, when we teach them too much for the IPA, it might make students easily to confuse. So like think, right? Bees, she, chair, sheep, right? That is a special letter, IPA. See as the picture here. When they study a lot of IPA, makes them confused. But if they study about phonics a lot, it's good for them, for young learner. Yeah, but for IPA, for the older, it's fine. It's fine. Next slide, teacher, please. And he went to teach pronunciation. This is mostly as we are teachers, some of our teachers, and some question asked when we teach vocabulary, when we teach how to sound, And pronunciation should not be taught only one lesson. It's not only taught. We should taught every time that we teach them, and instead of should taught throughout every English lesson. Teachers can teach pronunciation when we have a vocabulary times, and we have 10 or 20 vocabulary, and we make it clear, like vegetable, and repeat, and we for example, like so like that one. And next slide, please. And here, when we teaching reading, very important. Some of students, they read very fast, and they not pronounce every single word clear. Like sometimes when they read, he or she read, we cannot catch up what they sound, and help students pronounce unfamiliar words correctly. During activity speaking times. Correct pronunciation gently while students communicate, but some of them they like for example, like I see most students they say that today she go home, not go home, goes home is correct one. For example, he work in office, not works. We put s, and we want to teach them how to pronounce correctly. And for during the listening time, students hear correct pronunciation from native or fluent speakers. Of course. When some student when listening time, we play audio 1 time, 2 time to them, and some students they cannot catch up well. So we can help them during the listening time. Whenever the error appears, if many students pronounce the same word incorrectly, stop briefly and practice the sound. Of course, when students they read it, and we already told them that word, the sounds, but they still they mispronounce. So we let them stop and practice maybe 10 times or 20 times, repeat again and again. Something like that. Next slide, please. Hello, teacher. We should know that some students, of course, in our class, in class, some of students they are fast learner. Some of them they are very slow learner. And some of them they are middle. I mean, they can catch up. And the more important thing is we need more practice with them. And some students they are shy to speak. Some of them are shy to speak. How can we solve the student that's shy to speak? Maybe we can practice like a reward for them, like coupon. Right? For example, if they talk to their friend, one sentence, one phrase or 2 phrases, we give coupons to them. That is make them encourage them to speak up with their friends. This is a kind way. We focus on the sound, the speaking type, the speaking part, and some are influenced by their first language, mother tongue. Some students they are pronounced like not really correct. For example, I live in Phnom Penh. Live in Phnom Penh. Not live is correct one. We have to correct them. Therefore, teacher should teach pronunciation according to each student's need. Not expect everyone to pronounce word perfectly at the same speed. Of course. We should not blame student. Why you not speak correctly when I teach you again and again? No, we cannot. We can help them speak slowly and gently to them. The next slide, please. This one, my third member speak, but he's busy now. So I take his point. Pronunciation sequence. Sequence. Students have difficulty in learning pronunciation, so teachers should provide some practical classroom technique for teaching pronunciations by working with individual sounds, word or sentence stress, intonation and stress. sound and spelling, connected speech, and fluency. Yes, of course, one. If we teach them pronunciation and not well, maybe we spend time with them 15 minutes like during break time, before they go home, 20 minutes or 15 minutes. We practice sound with them always. And I hope that if we practice that way, our student will likely to learn with us and they have a good pronunciation. Yeah. So our topic, we talk about the teach pronunciations. As we know that pronunciation is very important to everyone. We don't want to speak to the other people and the other people don't understand what we have spoke to them. So that's why we practice every day to talk with them and they understand our words, especially the foreign language like English, Chinese, etc. Yeah, everyone, thank you very much, teacher, for your pay attention. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Chunli and Santuri, for your preparation and present your topics. So now, if anyone want to ask the question, so please. Any question related to teaching pronunciation? This. Okay, please. Good afternoon, everyone. Why are you so silent?
Good afternoon,
Yes.
lecturer, and good afternoon, everyone.
good
I am
afternoon.
Peter speaking. I have a question.
Yeah, please.
Thank you for Group 9 for today's presentation. Your topic is teaching pronunciation. And I noticed that about IPA or this kind of lesson, what level should we teach this lesson for the student? You got my question?
Yeah, teacher. Yes. Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
From my idea, teachers, we should teach them a little bit in the kindergarten, young for the young learner. A little bit, it's not much. If we talk much, we student might confuse a lot, and we can teach students for IPA, especially for the secondary or high school, yeah, or in the university, etc. This one for my idea because I used it to teach them too much about the IPA, the for primary class, lower primary class, and they confuse a lot. They confuse a lot. Is for me, for my experience, I recommend that teach the secondary school is much better because they know about how to check the dictionary from their own. Yeah, teacher. That is my answer.
Okay.
And anyone who have idea, please share. Thank you.
Yes. So if you have any idea, you can share with Group 9. Ritu, do you have any things you want to share about IPA?
I don't have chair.
Okay, anyone want to share? And Santri, can you share or want to add? Where's Santri?
Yes, lecturer, and why I ask this question because I try to teach this to the student and they feel like they don't like to study this. Teacher, why is so strange and something like it's not easy to recognize. That's why I ask this question, or I want a solution. If yes, most of us are teachers, maybe have their own experience to teach this to the student, and then I want the sharing with this or teaching strategy with this, how to adapt this teaching style to the student.
Yes, you're right. So any language, they have their IPA. Even our Khmer language, most of the Khmer word we have IPA. Okay, and especially for the English, we have IPA. I just have heard somebody want to share because I just heard you raise your hand. So please, who raised your hand? ឬសូមតែយើងលើកដៃពីណាគេលើកដៃមែនខ្ញុំមើលអត់ឃើញឬក៏ច្រឡំ Okay, so if you don't have any idea to share among all your group, so let me share something. For the British English and American English, in our country we practice with both English. Some words we pronounce British and some words we pronounce American English. But if we just look at IPA, it is very important for English because it represents any sounds of each word. In each word, like Chun Li, he writes about the word cat, this one cat. Okay, actually, if we just look at this word, the word cat, cat is contain letter C, vowel A, and consonant T. But we combine this consonant, vowel, consonant, we can read IPA cat. Because this sound we pronounce A. So A, this is the IPA. This is the sound that we represent to the word cat. Okay, the word cat. Actually, if you have already known the word cat, you don't want to look at IPA. Just only look at the word cat, it is enough. And the next example, like the word sheep. Okay, sheep, not sheep. When we pronounce sheep, sh, we pronounce sh, even the word that start with S and letter H, not letter A, right? Letter H. So when we combine two consonants together, like letter S and letter H, we pronounce sh, not s, isn't it? So if you write, okay, the representative sounds of the word sheep, you have to write like this. Okay, write like this. And example like the word sink. Okay, not sink, because the word, sorry, the letter N and letter K, if we just change to the IPA sound, this is ng. So if we look at the word think, TH, the letter T and letter H, sometimes it's pronounced the, sometimes it's pronounced the. Do you think like this, everyone?
Yes,
like
I do.
dish.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so the.
This, yes.
Yes. So we pronounce this. And like the word think, we do not pronounce the, we pronounce sh. Okay? So for the English word, even you used to hear, you used to speak, you used to see. So you can pronounce correctly. For me, I cannot say that the word that start or the beginning or the word that start with the end, we pronounce the or pronounce sh, we don't know. Because we are not American people, we are not the British people. We just take only English as the second learner. But being a second learner in English, so we should identify each word. If you are not sure, we can check any dictionary in order to make sure which word should right or wrong pronunciation. Okay? So next, like the word think. You cannot pronounce think. You pronounce sink. Okay, cut. So the letter cut means depend on the main verbs. Okay, the main verbs of the word thing because in end with letter K, so you have to pronounce K, something like that. So conclusion for the IPA, it is very important for the learners, especially for the young learners, because they can they can read the correct pronunciation. Is depend on the IPA, what they have known. If they have never known so far, so sometimes they still not understand what they pronounce. You get it what I mean? I think most of you used to learn about this one, deep song, right? This deep song. Okay?
Yes.
Monophones. Okay? So you have learned already about this one. So this sign representative to any words or any sounds when we write the English word. Okay? You get it?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, sir, yes.
Teacher, I ask.
Yes, teacher.
So please,
Teacher, as a foreigner, such a native speaker, do they need study deep or study IPA or not? Or some school teach English as a first language? Just example, do they need teach this IPA to the student or not?
for the foreigner.
Yeah. I mean, the one who's use English as a first language. Do they in their school they teach or not? As we are Khmer, we don't study IPA, but we automatically can read it. Even we can't spell the hardest word, but we use yes, IPA is not for writing but for reading, right? So we can read. I think maybe we should teach IPA to the student who can spell that, but sometimes they spell or pronounce it wrong, so they can use IPA to assist them, to help them to spell correctly.
Yes. So your question is that do any foreigners teacher teach this IPA or not, right? It's mean like
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Okay,
To their school. I mean the school who use English as our first language,
okay.
or in the country who use English as usually.
Yes. Okay, anybody want to share about this one? Please. This is whose question?
It's me, Tira.
Tira.
Yeah.
Venerable Sun Tira, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Venerable. So anybody want to answer the Venerable Tira question? You can share. Yes.
The question is meant like does the foreigner teach IPA in that school, right?
Yes. For those
Yeah.
international schools who just choose English as the first language, but just only in his or her school.
I think that IPA is important. However, I am not clear or understand it all. But like IPA, it must be teach. But I think maybe who like if the native speaker or the foreign that they choose the English as a first language, they sometimes maybe from like innate. So innate is not all the same. All people it have different talent and different innate. So they need to like, however, the English used as a first language. It means they need to like study about foundation or fundamental of like IPA to read correctly or pronounce the words. However, they know like their parent or the neighbor can pronounce and they understand. But if they pronounce like us in Khmer,
Yes.
If we don't have like fundamental or Mulatan literature,
Yes.
if we don't learn from our fundamental like my language, so we just understand what the people say, but we don't know how to read and how to use it for communication in the real context.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Vitu, yeah, for your sharing. So anybody want to share, please? Anyone want to share, please? Do any international school who choose English as a first language take the IPA or not?
Teacher,
Sir?
let me, yeah, teacher.
Yes, please.
From my idea, I think that they have to, because not all words they
Mm-hmm.
understand. Not all words they can pronounce well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even though Khmer words, sometimes I cannot pronounce well too, because I need some dictionary to help me. The English, I think they are the same thing. They need IPA to help them. All words, especially the long words one. Yeah, because it's more complex. Thank you, teacher.
Yeah, thank you for your sharing. Okay, Nate. Next sharing, please.
Teacher, I think like them too. I think they should also include yes teachings about the IPA teacher because it's important for the learners to know how to pronounce it correctly.
Mm-hmm. So
Yes,
what is incorrectly?
And it means that even though it is their first language, but for the young learners, they don't know. They just listen to their parent or the older speak, but they don't know what is the real sound of this word. It
Mm-hmm.
come from what. So in the school, they should teach the IPA for the learners.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So anything
Excuse
else?
excuse me, Cha.
Yes, please.
May I know a little bit more about? I would like to know again about age. What year? Yeah, what year could teacher teach phonemic to all
Mm-hmm.
students?
Yes.
Refer to the young learner. Can they study or not?
For the young learner.
Yeah. Could they study or not? Or can they study about
Yes, of
phonemic?
course. Yes, of course.
How about age? Around?
For a young learner.
Yeah.
So your question is want to
I,
ask.
I I mean that if we would like to teach the phonemic symbols, and then I refer to the age, like from 6 years up, 7 years, or 8 years up, or 10 years up.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So let me sum up for the first question first before I just go to your question. So if we talk like one Tirao would like to ask about, do any foreign, we can say, do any international schools who choose the English as the first language, okay, as the first language for his or her school. So they prefer to teach about the IPA or not. For the foundation or the basic skill of English, okay. So most of school, if they think that it is very important for students to pronounce correctly, so they prefer teaching about the diphthong or IPA. Because IPA is established by International Phonetics Association. that recognized around the world, not just only in our country. And one more thing is represent to the sounds of spoken language and capturing virtually every distinct consonants, vowel, and intonation of each word when we start teaching. And one more thing, the structure of IPA means International Phonetics Alphabet. So they have to show in 3 structures. So the first structure is we focus on consonants, and the second structure we focus on the vowel, and the last structure we focus on the diacritics. You know the word diacritics, everyone? Mean punctuation. You have one a youth. Okay? So we pronounce the words correctly or not. It's also depend on these 3 structure of the IPA. For us, we just have 3 examples like the word cat, the word thing, the word sheep. So in each word is contents of consonant, vowel, consonants. Or sometimes you can add any diacritics or punctuation to each word. So we pronounce all of those things. But if those foreigners, especially for the native speaker, who just teach for the younger or adult learner, so if it's adapt with those pronunciation from the native speaker, so sometimes they do not need to learn the IPA because they just remember, they just follow what the native speaker teach them in the school. But if the school or if the teacher, they just think that IPS is very important for the student to learn, even they start to pronounce or read any words. So if they think like it, they have to teach for the students. Okay, just not the rule, but what we can say what they think. Okay, what they're thinking in the class, that they have to decide to teach their student in the class or not. If they think it is very important for them, they can teach. Okay, and one more thing, the teacher have to follow for the school policy, for the basic or for the foundation of the learner who start learn English at the first time. So they must teach to their students. Okay, so this is what I have to share to you, to vulnerables. And the next question, can you repeat your question again?
Is it mine, Chair?
Yes.
Okay, I mean, yeah, my question is, I would like to know about the young learner. Can they study or not? And if they can study, so how old can they start to learn IPA?
Okay, anyone
That's it
want to
now.
share your idea?
Just for my opinion, sister,
Yeah.
should be teach to refer to their level, not refer to their age. What their level that can they can spell, but yeah, they know how to spell, but it can incorrect because they do not understand. They don't know IPA.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. That's all for your sharing.
Yeah, yes, that teacher.
Anyone want to share, please?
Teacher, I have something to share to
Yeah.
teacher. You asked this question about this IPA. Should the young learner learn this or the teacher teach this or not, right? As Venerable Tira said that depend on the level. Yes. It means that for the very young and yes, they cannot catch this. As this lesson, we are in master degrees, and then we just learn this. to clarify this. And for the young learner, I think cannot catch up this lesson well. But actually, in high school, we can teach this to the student from high school level. Yes. And for another way that we can teach to the student, we can say word family or sound, like AI sound A or AI sound, yeah, like that. We have another, we can say phoneme or phonetics. Yeah, phonetic. One more, or yeah, I also watched the, we can say alpha block. Yes, when you type the alpha block, you will see the video that teach us about uh sound. We can make the sound after making the word after English words. Yes, it is the easy way for the student to remember, and easy to follow the teacher instruction. Thank you.
Okay, teacher, thank you for your sharing. So
Yeah,
anyone want to
teacher.
share, please? Tarim, want to share? Terek? Good afternoon, everyone.
Yes, good afternoon, lecturer.
Yes, so please
Yes,
share.
sir.
Yeah, teacher.
Right. It doesn't matter, just only your idea.
For my understanding,
Mm-hmm.
reason to use phonetic symbol, they help learner pronounce word accurately. They saw the correct pronunciation even when English spelling is regular example, uh, short, uh, through touch, and they help students use dictionary independently. Reason not to use phonetic symbol, IPA symbol can be difficult and intimidating for beginner. Teaching the entire IPA symbol take time that could be spent on communication practice. That's all.
Yes. Okay, thank you. Mm-hmm. And anyone want to share?
Teacher, can I share?
Yes, please.
I think because we should learn about the phonetic symbols because we can know how to read the word clearly or depending on the rule that they set up already. So we can pronounce the words easily or we don't need to remember all the words, but we can learn from the rules. Yeah, that's all, teacher.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so next, the last, if you want to share, please, before I sum up.
Teacher, let me say a little
Yes.
bit. I don't know exactly correct or not, but
Yeah,
I saw
no
the
problem.
video from Vietnam, teacher, that they take the kit, the starter, and they show it from PowerPoint, and they have three kinds. Like the first one, for example, they teach the kid about cat, so they write three. Like the first one, they write CAT, and the second one, they write IPA sound.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and they pronounce, and after that, they let the student read. So I think that it's so important, but they not focus on, but they did not pick them focus on it, but they take them focus on the pronunciation with this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you, teacher. Maybe that's all.
Thank you very much for your sharing. Okay, let me sum up. Okay, So the question asks about should young learners learn IPA or not, and why? And among of your classmates, okay, would like to express his or her idea related to this question. So let me think about young learner. If we think of the word young learner, so we have three categories. So young learner, we refer to the age of the young learners start from 3 to 5 years old. So if we just think for young learner who are 3 to 5 years old, so his or her level is we call we can say preschool or kindergarten level. So how should we teach them about IPA to this level of the student? I agree for those who just raise only the level of the student. If the students they are 3 to 5 years old in the preschool or kindergarten, how can we teach IPA to those students? It can't. Okay, it cannot. And the next, for young learner who is 6 to 9 years old, this will be called early primary or elementary level. If we consider about this level, it's so young. So most of them will be confused about this. Okay, will be confused about this point, about IPA. And the next, the young learner who is around 10 to 13 or 12 years old. So this is we call late or upper secondary level. So this level of the student we can teach to them, but just only a small kind of IPA, not all IPA. Okay, just teach them only the small thing or the letter or any deep song that you think it is the most important to them. ខ្មែរយើងហៅថាបញ្ជ្រាបតិចក្នុង young learner ដែលគាត់មានអាយុចាប់ពី start from 10 to 12 or 13 years old. But for the general rule, we do not specify of their age. We just specify just only the general rule. We do not or we should not teach the IPA to them. Okay, if we do not clarify with the age of the young learner, just only general rule. Okay, the reason why we should not teach IPA to those young learners. So the first reason is that the young learner will be cognitive overload. So what does it mean, cognitive overload? It means that young learners are already working hard to the master to the standard alphabet, especially for the spelling rule, reading mechanism of the native language, and especially for the second language in English. So sometimes they will focus themselves to learn the third of abstract symbol like IPA, like the word shirt, the word n, the word the word a, the word ear, something like that. Okay, so because of their cognitive, their understanding, the student will feel bored or will be confused about this one. And one more thing, the other reason is that the student will be confused with the standard letter of English. You see, like the word, this one, okay, p, b, t, and some word is pronounced the same. Some word is pronounced the same. So many international phonetics alphabet symbol, or we call IPA, looks identical to the standard Latin letters. Okay, you know the word Latin letters, everyone?
Yes.
Yes. But it also represents the different sounds or look like inverted variation like the word per, the, t, ch, r, f, etc. So the children who are in early primary school or the upper secondary school, most of them they can understand about this, but most of them they cannot, because they feel that IPA is complex, mean is complex or is the issue to learn about this one. Okay, about this one. So totally, in my opinion, if we don't think about the age of young learner, we should not teach them, especially for the young learner who have the age of 3 years old till 9 years old, especially. But for 10 to 12 or 13, don't teach them so much about IPA, just only the small part that you think is important for them. Okay, this is my idea to you. You getting my answer? You getting my sharing?
Yes, sir.
Yes, thank Professor.
Yes. So next question, please. Next question.
Teacher, I don't have any question, but I have something to share.
Yes, please.
Can I share the screen, teacher?
Yes. Okay. Let me